Hey everybody, Scroft here. Welcome back to Farming Simulator 25 and welcome back to our Bevington Farm series. Yeah, it's been a few days since I've actually been on FS25. Glad to be back on it. It's actually Wednesday for me as I'm recording this. So yesterday and the day before I was working on the farm. First off, apologies. I have got a bit of a cold. I know I've been having such bad luck recently that almost I just feel like what is going on. But yeah, it's not a bad one. It just means that my voice is probably sounding a little bit deeper at the moment or just dodgy. So just bear with me on that one. It'll shift in a couple of days. But yeah, apologies for that. We've got a few things to talk about. I want to talk about a couple of mods. I want to talk about the work that Arrow's doing as always because I'm, in good contact with him now and I've asked a few questions. We've had an update to the realistic livestock mod, which is now included the ear tags. I don't know if you can just see, not these ear tags, it's the ear, the little, I don't know if you can just see them there, that circle there. Basically, it's like an ear monitor. So, sometimes you'll see cows with like collars. Well, but it's like that basically. Now, it's early days with this, so bear with it if you do go and update to the latest version. Don't expect it to kind of be at where he's aiming for. I have checked with him, and he is planning to make a dedicated menu. And this was something important to me because I asked him, I said, listen, currently, we put these monitor ear tags things in, and we're paying a very small fee, and I mean it is a very small fee every month to kind of have them, and we're not seeing anything unless you go up to the animal. So, for example, if I go up to this limousine right now, you can see on the right I've got loads of information at the moment. I've got my animal, kind of the standard stuff, but then we've got information of what it's eating. Now, just to give you a heads up on that, the food is set to 65 litres. It says a day. That's actually an hour. I imagine Arrow's going to sort that. I just think that's the way it either it has to be or it's something he just needs to change. So keep in mind that when you do update to the latest version, the food there that says 65 litres is actually an hour. Now, also, it will be divided by the amount of days you're working on. So I'm playing a 5-day seasons. So it's actually 65 litres divided by 5 is what that cow alone will consume with food in an hour. And I know it's a bit complicated. That's why I was thinking we're already paying this £21.60 a month for it to have this monitor on. I'd like it to be a bit easier to see all this information. So I checked, and we're going to get its own tab, a bit like we've got now with the moisture mod. We've got the tab for like all the fields and how they're working with the moisture. We are going to get that eventually, so keep that in mind. It is going to come at some point. There's loads of things that he's changed as well. He's obviously been updating, fixing things and adding little bits and bobs in. But I do like the monitor. I think it's a really good idea, and it gives you a realistic way of kind of just getting that information. But obviously we're missing the software side of it, the simulation of the software anyway, to kind of emulate what you would get in game compared to like what the farmer in real life would see on the software. So we're going to get that tab at some point. So plenty in the works, and like I said, we are going to get that menu, which is going to help out a lot. It really is. Yeah, I can imagine it's because right now we've got a few menus, haven't we? We've got this one that gives us the quantity of feed that's in the actual kind of shed or pasture, and we've got the names and everything. I think it also will tell you, it will tell you if they're pregnant and stuff like that. So there's a lot of information in that itself, but we're not getting the genetics in this section. We're also not getting like how much feed they consume and so on. So at some point, it'll be quite useful because you'll be able to see the total for that pasture, but also the individual consumption from each animal. And that's how it's going to start. So it'll come in stages. The next bit we'll get is where we'll see each individual animal, what it consumes, and then eventually it'll show the total for that. But keep in mind that it's a bit of a strange one when you actually look at it right now. It can be quite complicated. If you look at this animal, it says 71 litres per day, which actually isn't true because as soon as I hit 12 o'clock, that's going to change. And the reason for that is I spoke to him and I said, I still think because I've got it divided by 5, that the feed isn't where I want it to be. Now, originally it only goes up to 500%. So I've changed it to 1,000 and I've asked him if he could put that in just as an option for players. Can you go up to 1,000% increase? So I've put it currently at 1,000. So what will happen now is if we just skip through to 12, I'm going to test this out now. It should increase on the hour, I've noticed. Put it back down and we'll have a quick look. you can now see that this is 178 litres an hour. That's 160, 170. I think they're all about. That's 190 because it's the bull. You can see the actual ring in its nose. We've got 2 bulls now, but we'll go into that in a second. Let's say the average is 161. Now, I know there's some young stock there that are consuming around the same. Bit of a strange one, I know, but I'm sure that'll get adjusted. But let's just say it's 160 litres per animal on that right now. And we've got amount in here. If we actually go to this, probably a bit better to do it here. We've got 11 animals, it says. Yeah, we've got 11 out of 50 in this beef stock one. So if I'm going to do some maths with you now, just to see what we should... If you wanted to work it out, this is the way to do it. Currently, whilst it's a little bit tricky, and it's long-winded, and it does need changing, and Aaron knows that. So we've got 160 times by... Let's just say that's the average, so times by 11. So that's 1,760 litres per hour, which is quite a lot, but then you've got to divide that by 5. So it's 352 litres per hour of foods being consumed by all them animals on average. So if I times that by 24, I should lose 8,448 litres per day, currently playing on 5-day seasons. Now, that's why I asked to increase it to 1,000%, because imagine if I set it to like 500, it'd only be 4,000 litres. And I know, you know, I've got like a capacity of quite a lot in there. I think it's about 20,000 litres that it holds. But, I mean, 8,000 litres on 1,000%, 4,000 litres on, 400%. And yes, I've only got 11 cows. But with the feed mixer size I've got, which is not massive, I want to be doing a feed mix every day, even on 5-day seasons. I want it to be like that. So I like the fact that I've now got a choice. I can increase it and I can modify it myself. And what I want to do is I want to use the feed up every year. That's the aim for me. I want to play that way where I'm using all the feed that I've got each year. And if I can see my volumes of feed, I can adjust it knowing that by the end it's going to be all consumed. It makes me feel like I'm making this feed for a reason. And then, I can just kind of tailor it and adjust it on the fly. And that's why I asked for the 1,000%. I mean, we could even go high if you really wanted to. But I think at that point now, I'd just get more cows, because I can hold 50 potentially in here. But I don't think I should be putting 50 in there, which is one thing we're going to be doing today. We're going to sort these out and move them around because I've got some that are really young stock. If we go to this information tab, you can see that I've done all the naming system. I went over that with everybody that's watched the videos before. But I've now got 2 bulls. I've got one that's 12 months. So I bought this one literally last night whilst I was setting up. I bought this so I can actually start breeding out, because I've got, I think it says you've got impregnatable animals is 2. It was 3, so one's now been serviced by bull number 2. So I couldn't do anything for, 5 months whilst waiting for this one to get to age. So I thought I'll get a bull, and even though it's not got as good as genetics, as soon as that one's at age, I'm going to get rid of this bull, because it's just to get the ball rolling right now. So if we look at this one, this one's not in calf, but it is at age, so it should happen soon. That's one of the 2 left. This one's at too young. That one's also too young. That one's too young. This one is one. That's the second one out of the 2. So we should have the next one. Should be, yes, this one here is expected to have 1 baby in pretty much like what? I'm just trying to figure out where we are. It'd be nice to see the current date, maybe. It's just been serviced. It's going to go through its full cycle, and then it'll have this 1 calf. So that's the way I've got it. Now, I wouldn't have had that option. That wouldn't have happened if I didn't buy this second bull. So if you go to here, this one, the father will be bull number 2. So I could just sell that and use bull number 1, and we'll go through all that as we play through, organising, because you don't want it to kind of reproduce with its own children. So I'm going to have to sort that out and mix it all up. It'd be nice to have AI, because you wouldn't have that issue then. And maybe it was a fee where we had to pay for the, what are they called now? It's completely slipped my mind. Straws, that's what it is, straws. So you could, it'd be nice to like pay a premium to have like, a bull, for example, like bull 1, which is everything just extremely high and pretty, it's the best. And you pay a premium to get maybe 50 straws. And then when you do want to put it into carve, you have an option down here. You say use AI, use one of these straws, and then it goes down. So it's a quantity that gets reduced. I am sure Arrow can do that in a heartbeat from what he's already done. So yeah, the future's massively bright for this mod and for FS25 now for me. I get excited playing this game now every time. You know, there's still bugs, don't get me wrong. There's still bugs with the giant side of things, but also with this. But this is an insane amount of coding. There's thousands of lines of coding in this, and he's doing it all himself. And the fact that he's so open to feedback and for you to go on his GitHub page and tell him of issues is just commendable. So please, if you're playing it and you see an issue, just go let him know. He won't take any offense by it. He'll actually encourage it from what I've gathered from him, and then he'll go and sort it out. So he really does need the help like that. You know, we're all testers at the end of the day. That's why it's on GitHub. And we are all, you know, and the more people that contribute, the quicker that's going to get sorted out. So that's that. We're going to sort this out today, though. We're going to move these around, and we've got 2 more sheds. I want to put young stock of each, so my dairy stock and my beef stock in there, because they can't do anything until 12 months old. So if they're below 12 months, they're all just going to go on their own. I'm going to keep the bulls with the ones that can actually be serviced. And as soon as the bulls have done their job, technically, you know, bull number 2 can go as long as within that 5-month period, this is going to get to age. And then I don't know what I'm going to do then. I might just keep it with the rest of the animals. We'll see what happens. Whew, right, I've been faffing about with that. But let's talk about a mod that just dropped on ModHub. Super cool, and it's a really good idea. And it's actually it's actually usable with a controller as well, which is what I've got in my hand right now. So if I press down on the D-pad, the X on the Xbox controller, you know, the X, and then press square or X, depending on what controller you're playing with, you can see that we've got this tab now. Now, it's a little bit messed up because of the fact that the way Oxy set up comms, and we had all them tractors at the dealership, sorry, that even though you don't actually own, they are technically on Placeables XML that show that you kind of own them. You can't sell them, you can't drive them or anything like that. But that's what's messing this up. It's looking like I've got a lot more tractors than I actually have, because I haven't got a fence. I haven't got this. But I have got this tractor. So if I jump to that now and then say enter, I think it is. There you go. So now you can see that it's got, tell me I've got this on the back, the value of it, the age, the name of the tractor, all the equipment, and the engine, how much damage it's got, the dirt, and then from here you can start the engine, you can enter and exit, you can open up the AR menu for it. There's so many things about this. I just loved it, and if people want to play on the fly, this is a really useful mod, and it's called Quick Selector, and it's on ModHub today. Now, it's not, because it's script modding, it's unfortunately PC only. I do sympathise a lot with console players at the moment. I think more than ever. I mean, they've always been, you know, they've always kind of not been able to have some of the best mods because of script modding, but I feel like the best mods at the moment are all script mods. There's no middle ground for console players, so I really do feel for console players. So every time I show off these kind of mods, I actually feel really kind of like I'm stepping on, I don't know, it's difficult because you don't want to annoy viewers. I don't want to annoy viewers on my channel, but at the same time I want to show off all these cool mods and what's available. So I mean, I personally think the best time to ever join the PC community of players, probably now. And if you want to help out with that, I've got a tech channel in my Discord server. So if you are thinking of switching over from console to PC and you want a bit of guidance, a bit of assistance, there's plenty of people in my Discord server that can help with that and offer some insight into what's a good way of going about it, and even help you with applying mods then. And if you are interested and want to go to PC, I think now's the time. I'll be honest. I was actually a console player in FS17, and I went over in FS19, and it was the best thing I ever did. It was insanely, you know, it was the best thing I ever did. I already had a PC, but I used my PC at the time to play like strategy games, like old school games like Red Alert and Tiberian Wars and all that. Basically Command and Conquerors and Total War games. I used to love it for that, and it was obviously just designed for PC at the time. And then moving over to like games like this on PC just opens completely a different, it just opens a different world. So yeah, apologies to all the console players that are hating on PC players right now for having these kind of mods, but it is what it is. And if you want, you know, any help, I'm happy to offer any assistance to people that want to join the PC community. So anyway, we're not going to be using that. We'll leave that there. I'm also going to drop that off. Let's give you an update of what I've done then, because I was playing the game, chilling out for a bit when I was getting home in the evenings and also at the weekend. And I did a few bales. So Where are they now? Bloody hell, I'm going the wrong way. It's how long that I've actually been. Yeah, it's actually been a while since I've done this. It was at the weekend. It's now Wednesday, so it's been about 3 days. But I got a bale grab, one of these kind of bale grabs, and we got one field of silage cut, baled it all up, wrapped it. Finally, we got the combi baler that I said about. I used the auto load trailer and dropped them in here, but I actually loaded on to the trailer, and then I was just kind of rushing about and decided to use the auto load to unload into this section. It's also a nightmare to get through this gate with that trailer. It's a nightmare. I had to come up and reverse in this way. So I'm thinking of switching that up in G, making it probably just taking this section out and the gate and just having it as a nice, easier, open entrance just to make my life a bit better. I think the bale trailer is probably too big for what I'm doing, but it doesn't matter too much. Let's have a look at our tyres because they reset. Yeah, they did. Look, 2% worn. So if you're playing with the tyres mod, keep in mind that if you go into the workshop menu for the equipment or anything, just to change maybe, like I did, I changed it to put a front loader attachment on. So I could buy this 7-metre front loader, quickie front loader arm, and then obviously the grab. When I did that, the tyres reset, even though I didn't pay for having new tyres. So there's a way around it if you want to save money, but I think that needs to be patched because, yeah, they should be resetting, ideally, anyway. So, yeah, loads of bales. So I got a load of bales done the silage bales, got straw bales, got hay bales, pretty much set for feed as of now, even though we are consuming quite a bit, but we still got a lot in the bunker. But I do feel like I can get the ball rolling now on this series. I've been doing a lot of other stuff, you know, but I want to get this kind of, I want to get my teeth into this series now. Parkour. There we go. So what we got in here? We got 80,000 litres. Feed's good in everything. We are going to have to do some feed potentially, though. I don't know if that's the case because I did have feed already in the other two sheds. But I think the plan in this episode is we're going to move out some of the beef stock. We're going to move out the young stock, separating for both my breeds, so my milkers and my beef stock. Then we're going to get some seeding done because I've got pretty much this day alone to get any winter crops in. I can do barley and I can also do some wheat. So I might do a couple fields of barley and then leave the other ones to either some rapeseed or potentially things like oats. Could do that. Could do some oats, soybeans, anything like that really. But I'm definitely going to do a couple fields of barley. And I might just stick with like two relatively decent sized ones. So I'll go for this one and that one. And then these other three. Yeah, and then these other three bigger fields we can use for potentially like canola or something like that. I think that's probably the best bet. So that's what we're going to get into. I know I've been talking for a while. It's already been 20 minutes long, but I just had loads of things to talk about. Oh, also, Realistic Weather Mod got an update, but official update. Now we're at 1.2 version, which is now on ModHub, and it's the Precision Farming compatible one. So that is the latest version. So if you're playing with Realistic Weather, download it now from ModHub, not from GitHub, because that latest version isn't on there. So if you want the Precision Farming compatible version, that's the one to go for. Right, so let's jump in here and get hooked up. Am I attached to that? I think I have, haven't I? Let's detach for that. And let's go get onto the animal trailer. I will talk about as well in a sec. In fact, quickly, I know, faffing about. Let's go have a look at this grass texture. I talked about in my small holding episode, literally the day I'm recording this, which dropped, I spoke about the fact that I've changed the way that the ground texture looks when I mow. So this is a most recent mowed field that I did them bales in, them grass silage bales. And I've changed the tone of the grass underneath when it's cut, but also the grass itself is just a little bit more yellow. It's still got quite a green tinge to it, but it's a little bit more yellow, and I prefer it. I think when you're baling out in the fields, you know, and you can see the green of the grass that's in the rows or even loose, it's a nice contrast. I have actually shared them textures in my Discord, just the ground ones, not the i3D ones that I did. So if you do want to jump in the Discord and grab them, you can, if you like them. feel like when I jump onto FS, I spend most of my time trying to catch up. I've gone the wrong way again. I've completely forgotten where everything is. Yeah, but I'm spending most of my time in the first like 15, 20 minutes just catching up with things I need to do. But, I mean, I could use the herdsman stick, but I want to try and challenge myself here to a bit of reversing. Because the cows are the ones that are going to be tricky here to kind of, yeah, reverse into. I probably need a smaller animal trailer, realistically. Right. Let's get set up for this. I want to come in a bit earlier on that one. I want to come a bit further over as well. But I will do this. I guarantee you I'll get this trailer reversed into there. And it'll be on the trigger. And if I don't, well, then just pretend I never said I'm going to do it. I think it's more important to get the start set up properly like this now. Yep, that was messed up. I need to get further over, don't I? I need to do the turn a lot sooner. Whoa. But I've done it. I'm taking that as a win. I'm in the trigger. I don't think I am. Let's see if I can... Yeah, I definitely need a bigger trailer. But I'm in, so that's good. Right, so we've got quite a few here. And they need to be at 12 months. You can see that this one's at 12 months, but it's no suitable animal, so we mustn't have the bull. Yeah, the bull's 3 months off as well. So this is going to be tricky to do, really, because we can't... Oh, we can't do anything, can we, until the bull's at 12 months. So that's 3 months from now. So that'll be that. All them will be at age. This one won't though. That one won't. That one won't. That'll be at 8. That'll be 1 month off, won't it? So we keep that one in there. And yeah, so I think we just need to move these 3 with this. There we go. So that's all the ones we'll keep in there, and then we'll just kind of move these out and probably put them across if we can maneuver it. I do need a smaller animal trailer. I think it's a must. It's a must. And they look quite happy in there. They're all just sleeping. Must be the car ride. So let's put the other dairy stock here. A bit more forward. There we go. There we go. So we should have 3 now in here. And we'll have a look at the feed in a second, making sure they've got enough of it. But let's go sort out the beef stock. I mean, we can only hold 5 at a time. So we need to keep that in mind. Just, oh my God, nearly went into the wall. But I was doing a good job until then. But at least we can go round with this one. And then we are going to get the seeder set up and get a couple of fields done. I think I might just need seeds. I think that's the only thing. Right, so we've got a 2 month. That's definitely got to come out. A 3 month as well. That's fine, that's fine. 10 month is very close. 11 months close. So they're all good. And my bull, I'm going to bring my bull out as well. So only what, 2? I think, I don't know if that's... there we go. So there's 3 young stock that have gone into the trailer, and we're going to go and bring them round to the other one. And that's it. Job done. Just to kind of get it a bit more organised. That's what we need to do. I mean, I've got the igloos, but I know there's an issue with the water on them, so it's almost put me off using them. But I haven't actually tried as well, so... There we go. 3 in there. Job's a good one. Let's park the animal trailer down here, and we will get hitched in a second with the New Holland to the seeder. There we go. Let's leave that there. Let's have a quick look then. So we've got plenty of feed in there and straw. Don't need nothing for them. where the yeah, so yeah, again, same, plenty of everything. So don't need to worry about these young stocks that we've put over. They're all happy. Everyone's got enough feed. So yeah, happy days. So let's go get set up for doing some seeding. I've just finished painting around the edge of this field like I said I was going to do. I did it on this field in the past just to make it look a bit better and perform better as well, because it being on the edge. It should be all right. I think that's, yeah, it's definitely better than what it was. So they're the two fields we're going to be working for barley. I will do the other field boundaries like that eventually. I was just looking, you can see the difference in the tone of grass when it's been cut. I mean, I don't like this grass colour in the autumn. It's weird. It's improved in the winter. Oxy sorted it out so it doesn't look dead anymore. But I still think that looks a lot more brown and dry than it should do. I could get it if like we've had a hot summer and then, you know, you're well into like the 30s in one day and everything's drying out. So basically, like if you're trying to, if you want it to look like a bit of a drought, because grass will dry up and look like that. But I don't know. I think the grass should be just that green tone without the brown mixed in. And then, yeah, obviously the leaves and everything else goes brown. But it's a weird one. I feel like everything looks a bit barren right now with the colour tones and everything. But, hey-ho, it is what it is. So I had 2,000 litres of seeds to start with. I had them placed just round the side. There's a little kind of like area where I can put a couple RBCs in pallets and whatever else. So we are pretty much set for that. Let's open our steering assist. We'll get this set up. We'll do yeah, we'll do 3 headlands. I think that should be fine, and we'll go from there. Now I'm hoping this should be much better. Let's start on the up and down passes and we'll finish on the headland pass after. So it should improve the way the AI course is generated and also the steering assist as well. So there we go. We are planting in barley. Variable seed rate right now is at the highest it's going to be. So I'm hoping these 2,000 seeds last me out. If not, we'll just do the one field, especially with the size seeder we've got. I mean, it's a pretty decent size seeder, but doing 2 it might take a little bit of time. I might do the second one in between episodes, but we'll definitely get this one done. And it really just depends on how many seeds we get through. I mean, it's reducing now. We're now at the lowest, so it's not as bad.
The lightning shows my weakness, the thunder knows my secrets. The storm is like a brother, it knows me like no other. So let it rumble, let it roll, 'cause it's all I know. You can keep your calm and easy, but that peaceful life ain't for me. The harshest gales call out from the tree, like it can sense the reckless in me. And when the clouds roll in, it's like I'm home again. Don't need your safe and sound. Let the rain come down. Let the rain come down. Let the rain come down. I see the waters rising with waves as strong as iron. My soul was born for running. The darkness is my compass, and I will follow where it goes, 'cause it's all I know. You can keep your sunshine story, but that peaceful life ain't for me. The harshest gales call out from the trees, like it can sense the reckless in the clouds roll in, it's like I'm home again. Don't need your safe and sound. Let the rain come down. Let the rain come down. Let the rain come down. Oh. Sirens ring and run for shelter. I will chase that storm forever. The harshest gales call out from the trees, like they can sense the reckless in me. And when the clouds roll in, feels like I'm home again. Don't need your safe and sound. Let the rain come down. Let the rain come down. So let the rain come down. Let the rain come down.
Right, that's that done. Forgot about the lime though, so I'm going to have to roll this and plant this probably, that field next, and roll that too. Or I might actually lime then roll them. I think that'll be a good idea. Am I doing 5 days? I think I am. I think I might have one more day in October. So I need to make sure I roll before we hit that point. Where game settings, that's what I want. Yeah, 5 days. So I've got one full day and this day to make sure I get these rolled. But I'm going to lime them next. I'm actually going to plant that in, lime both, and then roll both, and that's when I'm going to start the next episode in November, and we'll have a look to see what's going on. Then we're going to have plenty more to do. I can't plant any more crops in unless I want to do linseed, but I don't really think I'm going to do linseed. I'm probably going to stick to my original plan, canola or oats. I think that's going to be the best bet. I can get straw from the oats as well, so that's a benefit of it. I do like the idea of doing a bit of maize, to be honest, but not sure. Not sure. I mean, we could do one for silage, but there's so many grass fields that it's just kind of a waste. But let's have a look just to see how much seeds. Yeah, 1,000. So we'll definitely do the other one. I'll leave that one there, and I'll get this done in between episodes. But the video has gone on for long enough, so I'll leave it there just to show you. I did get the 455 class Roland, and yeah, we can. That's what we're going to be using to combi wrap our bales up. But yeah, let's leave the video there. Next one, we'll progress into the next month. You can see I've got plenty of bales though, hay, straw. Even though the stacking on them is insane, just keep moving on their own. Just it's a bit of a minefield in there. Probably shouldn't have stacked with the collision the way it was first, but I've sorted that out. But yeah, we got plenty of silage bales, and we'll probably, in fact, I think maybe the first cut we'll fill this bunker up with a load of grass and use a pickup wagon if we don't use a chopper. So yeah, we'll definitely get it filled up. I want to have a load of feed, and I want to be constantly feeding in this series. That's why I've got the settings set to 1,000, and unfortunately I've had to manually do that. When I mentioned it to Arrow, he sent through the code line of where to change and just add to. It's pretty straightforward. So it's not in the mod yet, but the next version, I'm pretty certain he'll put it up to 1,000. But yeah, I want to keep flying through the feed. I mean, if I'm at 8,000 litres a day, that's a lot of feed when you think about it, a month, just for 11 cows. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of feed, but that's the way I want it to be. I mean, I could do one feed. I could put it down and then just do one feed mix and spread it over to like 4 cow barns, like cow sheds. I could do that, but I want to be doing a feed mix every day. I think that's the aim for me. So it feels like I'm playing a bit more realistically, because, you know, most farmers do a feed mix every day. So yeah, that is the aim. But on that note, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching, as always. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you have, give it a thumbs up for me. That really does help my channel out. And if you're new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for me for more videos just like this one on Farming Simulator. See you, everybody.